How to create calendars in Tekmatix. Tekmatix basically allows you to create unlimited calendar appointment types for unlimited staff. And I'm going to take you through just the basic overview of how to get that set up. Now, in your free onboarding call, you should get assistance with getting your calendar connected. If you haven't, you can always come and book one of our tech experts. If you head to the dashboard here, you'll see a button where you can hire a tech expert. From just $50, they can actually help you set your calendars up. Now, the first thing you will need to do when you click on calendars on your main menu here is go to calendar settings, just to double check that you do have your preferred calendar connected. Now, we do have the calendar appointments inside a calendar in Tekmatix. However, I prefer to work personally from my Google Workspace, and I work and run from my Google Calendar. So if you are using any other external calendar system as your primary place or base for checking, managing your day-to-day calendar and appointment bookings, then you're going to want to connect that here. So all you would do, let's pretend you're on Google Calendar, you would press connect. It's going to open up your Google sign-in and choose the appointment calendar that you want to work with, and boom, you will have it connected. Then of course you can do the same here with your Outlook or iCalendar. Now, do not connect Calendly. There's no reason to connect this. Tekmatix replaces Calendly, but that option is there just in case. Essentially, you're just going to check that you've got those connected. Now, next, if you're using any video conferencing software like Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, you can also connect those here as well. Super simple. You just press the connect button and it will open up your sign in and you create the connection very quickly and easily. Now, once we've done our connections and you're that up and running, you're then going to want to go to your calendars area to create your calendar types. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is actually show you what one of these calendar appointments look like. So let's actually take you, for instance, to our main dashboard here. I'll show you where you can book a call with a tech expert, because this is actually managed by Tekmatix calendars. So this will be really good to show you what it looks like. Now, these accent colors you can change, but essentially you can charge for your appointments. You can make them free. You can add a brief description. This will connect to the availability, and then people can choose the date, choose the time, and then on the next page, it will take them to sign in and, put their name and address in, and then pay for the appointment. All right, so this is kind of how that works. Now, this is just taking you directly to one calendar, but you can also create a collection of calendars. So I'm just going to take you through to another example. If I take you to my website over here, I'm going to show you how you can also have a collection of calendars going on. Might be a bit slow right now, but I'm just going to go to the calendar appointment here, book a call. Sorry, let's go to book a call with Sarah. And it would take you to a page where people can choose from a number of different appointment types, whether it's a 60-minute, 30-minute, 90-minute, 2-hour, or a full day, an event even with you. So you get the point here. Now, this works whether you're selling online sessions, group calls, or even actual physical services, like, for instance, hairdressing, beauty services, yoga sessions, gym sessions that require different kinds of therapists, different kind of service providers that require different amounts of times and different prices to be allocated to that booking if people pick more than one service. So I'm going to click back on calendar settings here, click on calendars, and in here we can press add a new calendar. Now, there are a number of different types of appointments that you can book. If you are putting a team or a sales team of people together, for instance, for our tech expert, hire tech expert services, you can actually connect multiple calendars of multiple people so that all of their availability shows up in the availability dashboard. Now, that would be a round robin. We also have class bookings, which are really good if you're running webinars, group training, in-person training, event type training. You can do that through here. Now, personally, when it comes to events, I actually prefer to have a sales page that takes them through a general checkout. Number of different reasons why, because we can run different automations behind the scenes. However, just letting you know that this is indeed a possibility. Now, personal booking is just if you have a one-on-one that you're offering, right? It's just you and other people are booking to come and have a call with you. For instance, like a 30-minute, 60-minute or 2-hour coaching call or strategy session, that would be a personal booking. Now, down here, you also have service bookings. This is where you would put in, for instance, your hairdressing or your beauty or your fitness classes or services down here. calendar. So there's a number of different ways you can use all of these, but I'm just going to take you through a really simple, let's set up, a 15-minute free strategy call with you or a 60-minute paid appointment with you. I'm going to click on personal booking. Now the calendar name is what people actually see. So if you look here on my calendar, the calendar name is this 30-minute paid call with Sarah, for instance. So we're going to go in here and call this 60-minute paid appointment with Jeffrey, $500. There we go. Interesting way of spelling Jeffrey, but there we go. Then obviously you would pick Jeffrey. Now, how do you get Jeffrey here? You actually over here on your main business settings, this is the main menu settings. Down here, you have my staff and you add your staff here. You connect their specific calendars and this is how you add your different team members. But I'm just going to pretend that I'm Jeffrey today. So in fact, I'll just change my name to book a call with Sarah. You can change the URL, but it's not really necessary. It's just where they're being sent. And of course, we've now made this a 60-minute appointment. We are choosing Sarah's availability. And yes, we do want to accept payments. We're going to make this one 500 and then choose your currency. So this is the other cool thing is you can create multiple/unlimited appointment and calendar types inside your Tekmatix account. So you might have, an AUD version and a USD version and a Great British Pounds version, right? So you can create as many versions as you like. The brief description, this is what you see in the brief description. So if I opened up this call to book a 60-minute call with Sarah, this description here is what we're talking about. I recommend you just make it really clear what people can and can't get in that session. This is a 60-minute coaching call where we can cover X, Y, or Z topics or get X, Y, and Z things done for you in the 60-minute sessions. No refunds are allowed. And this session is literally limited to the 60-minute booking slot only. If there are actions or tasks that we start working on that don't get completed in the call, you may book another call. So that is just an example for you of the kind of thing I would say in those sessions. We then have advanced settings. So this is going to take us into adding a calendar logo if we want to. For instance, I've got a picture of me that I made in Canva that says 60-minute general consult. So that is what I use as the logo. All right. If you are a personal coach or the personal brand, putting a picture of you is always good. Or of course you can literally put your actual logo in there. So I'm not going to do that for this one. Bigger description if you need to or want to. I don't think that's necessarily massively relevant when we've already done it. This is the invite title that the client will receive. Now, keeping the contact name tag in there, we'll put their name in. If that's not showing for you, you just press this little field option here and click on contact full name. Oh, I'm gonna have to make this a bit smaller for you. There we go, contact full name. So note if you can't see that, I did have to zoom out on my screen because it kind of sometimes goes up high and you can't scroll up. So it's gonna be and then your name. So it'll be their name and your name, 60-minute coaching call. For instance, I don't know what you want your title to be, but this is the title of the appointment that the recipient, the contact name, will see. That will preset their name in it automatically. Now, meeting location. This is where you are going to want to put your actual Zoom location or Zoom meeting room in here. How do you find that? Well, you're going to go into your Zoom account. Now, I'm assuming that you are using Zoom in this instance. If you're using Google Meet, you'll have to go find this. Now, over in your Zoom account, if you move down the left-hand side here, you need to find what's called your personal settings. Is it in settings? I'm just going to double check here. General settings. I can never find this. It changes, I swear, every single time. User management, studio notes. Oh, is it profile? Maybe as simple as profile. Let's just check if it's in here. Yes, it is. It's in profile. So inside profile in your Zoom account, you will have here your direct, Zoom room, personal ID. There we go. It's under your meeting section, personal ID section. You have this link here. Now, I'm not going to open mine up, but you press edit on the right-hand side of the screen here, and it will open up the full URL, okay? Either that one or the personal link. They're basically exactly the same. The personal link just allows you to change it from kind of a big, long, gobbledygook bit of text into like your name, for instance. But simply clicking on the eyeball under personal link or under the meeting ID will allow you to grab your personal Zoom link. inside this calendar settings, that is where you put your Zoom link ID, okay? Your personal Zoom link goes in here, all right? Then you choose the color you want your meetings to show up in your calendar. For me, anything that is a meeting is green. Now I'm going to press save at this point. We want to make sure we're saving as we go. Now we are going to check our availability. So inside availability here, this is where we're going to determine when we make ourselves available for these calls. So meeting interval, this means at what intervals will they show when somebody goes to book the appointment here. So you can see here 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. They're 60-minute intervals, meaning that people can only book in 60-minute intervals. If I had this set to 15-minute intervals, what would show up in the calendar here would be 12:30 p.m., 12:45 p.m., 1 p.m., 1:15 p.m. You get the point. It would show up in 15-minute interval options for people to book. Up to you what you choose. How long is the meeting? In this case, it's 60 minutes. And how long in advance can they book? I recommend not allowing people to book more than 2 days ahead of time, because I personally like to have 2 days notice. If you're happy to people to book, 20 minutes in advance, great. But I would, for you, just make sure that you set that to whatever minimum notice you need. How far ahead can they book? I tend to sort of say up to 90 days ahead. However, saying that, we do actually have a lot of people that like to book their coaching calls like 12 months in advance. So if you are someone that is offering coaching, you may want to make that date range much further so that people can book all of their coaching calls with you a year ahead if they want to. How many calls a day would you like to have? Maybe you say, I don't want to do more than 3 calls a day, and any buffer time between calls. I strongly recommend this. I always put 15-minute buffer time between each of my calls, just to make sure that if we run over or we're a little bit late, or I need to make notes or anything after the meeting, that's all being done. All right. So that's just a little bit of whatever you prefer to do, but a tiny bit of advice that I follow. Now, forms and payment, this is where you are going to choose what kind of data or information do you want to collect from people. Now, I recommend just choosing the default form. This will collect their first name, their last name, their email address, their phone number, and any notes that they have prior to the meeting. However, letting you know that you can completely customize this appointment booking form by going to websites and funnels and then clicking on forms, making your own form, and then your form will show up here, so you can actually choose what information you collect up front. Now, we have pre-populate fields, sticky contact, just turn that on. What that means is if they're already contacting your system, their contact information will be added to the system. And if you want to have a consent checkbox, which will be something like, I confirm that I agree to receive information or communication from this person, make sure that's set to blue, which means on as well. This is critical, obviously, if you are in any country which requires GDPR or privacy policy consent, all right? I recommend just turning it on anyway, just because, if someone really wants to book an appointment with you, they're not going to be bothered about checking that box, and it just keeps you covered in the future. If you want people to be allowed to add guests, turn that on, and if you want the guests to pay too, then make sure you check this box. Then you can carry on choosing what you want the confirmation message to say, and of course how much you're going to be charging, whether you allow part payments or not, and if you want to add coupon codes or not. Okay, now the coupon code, you actually make that in the coupon code area, which is under marketing. So I'm just going to press save on this section, and then we finally follow through to the notifications. This is the reminders and the follow-ups and the cancellations and all that kind of stuff. You do not need to make extra workflows at all. This notifications and reminders is now pre-built inside the system. You can also go ahead and create workflows if you want to add in extra steps, extra tags, extra notes, extra records, customer scoring, all that kind of stuff, move people into a customer journey phase. However, if you literally just want to send reminders, you do it from inside this whole setting up the calendar area. So just to give you an overview, we've got notification settings here. Do you want to send reminders when the appointment is booked but not yet confirmed? Do you want to send appointments when the appointment is confirmed? Do you want to send notifications when someone cancels, reschedules, ongoing reminders before the appointment, and follow-ups after the appointment? So these are kind of all the settings that we have here. Now, what you need to do is you need to make sure that these are all turned on and edited according to how you want them to look. So let me show you this. Let's go to the reminders first of all. I don't know why I always start with reminders. Go down to the reminder section, just because I want to show you here how you choose how many reminders people get. So by default, everything's switched off, right? I can't edit anything in here because this is all disabled. The reminders are disabled. But we want to turn on the reminder sequences, and we want them to be turned on for email. We want them to be turned on in the app, just in case you have students or customers using the mobile app. PS, all of you get a free PWA mobile app if you use Tekmatix. Do you want it to be turned on by SMS? Yes or no? Do you want to turn on WhatsApp? Yes or no? Now bear in mind, SMS and WhatsApp are additional services that you do have to buy a phone number for. So I'm just going to stick with the email services right now. So now what we have is we have emails that can go out to the actual contact, the person booking the appointment, to whoever the assigned deliverer of that appointment is. In this case, that would be me, because I'm the one that they're having the appointment with, any guests that they have invited, and any other like additional emails that we want to add. So I'm going to just click in, what does the contact receive? What email reminders does the contact receive? How many reminders would you like them to have? So at the moment, this reminder is 10 minutes before the appointment. So we can make our own templates if we want to in the email builder. You go to emails, marketing and emails, click on templates, and you can make your own templates here if you want to, and then be able to choose them. Otherwise, just use the generic template that's already in here for you, because it covers everything that's needed. So the subject line will just say reminder, upcoming appointment. It will put in the time automatically with that value. It will put in the appointment time zone automatically with that value. By seeing high contact first name, that will change it to their first name. Friendly reminder coming up at your appointment. Here are the details, and it will instantly and automatically fill in the link, the meeting link location. That's the link you put into the settings, the custom location, and all of these will show up. Now, of course, you can tidy it up and make it look prettier if you want to, but it does what it needs to do, okay? This will automatically have the buttons in there for them to auto add it to their calendar. The from name, this bit's important, click the tag, is the account, that's you, name. The from email address, click on this tag, is the account email address. Now doing this, just make sure that it's sending exactly from the correct sending domain that has been connected to your account, and you're not going to get any bounce rates. We're not going to do any test emails. We're just going to press save on that. Now, what we also want to do is we don't just want a reminder 10 minutes before. I might want to put a reminder actually, like 7 days before. If they've booked 7 days before, I'm going to have exactly the same template. You can see here it won't actually change it. And then I'm going to add another one maybe 3 days before. This is up to you entirely. You can only add 3 at the moment, but I've got 3 days before, 7 days before, 10 minutes before. Now I could even change that to like 1 hour before. I think that's probably better because it depends on the cancellation period you've set. Simple as that. Save. Now everyone's going to get reminders in those exact time schedules. Speak, Sarah, speak. So you can see now our reminders are turned on. Now, if we want to do our confirmation booking, they have booked an appointment, let's send them a confirmation. Exactly the same. First, we're going to enable it for email. We're going to go to what the contact receives and make sure that we're happy with everything in there. Again, the template in here is perfectly sufficient. All I'm going to do here is press save, obviously making sure it's from account name, and the email address is from the account email address, making sure it's coming from the right sender, pressing save. Now they're going to get a confirmation email like that when they book the appointment. You get the point. So you just do exactly the same for your cancellation emails, your reschedule emails, however you want them to be. How soon in advance can people reschedule? Do you want it to be, like they can't reschedule more than 12 hours before? And they can't cancel a meeting more than 12 hours before. I mean, I might make it like 24 hours before. That's going to be what's happening. Now, inside the meeting invite notes, it will include the information in here that they need with their name and address. We're just going to press save. And then finally, the customizations is where you can choose the main highlight colors of your calendar. So on mine here, where I had like the pink highlight, because that's actually my brand color, this is where you do it inside the customization area, where you can come in here, click here and choose your hex code to match your brand. And that's what you need to do. You're going to press save, and now you have that calendar link. Now here, where it says share calendar, you're now going to press share. And let me just bring it up to the top now. It was the 60-minute appointment. So this is, where have we got now? This is the one I just created. 60-minute paid appointment. Now, when I want to share this, I simply press share, and I can either embed it into a contact page, which is very similar to what I've done down here. Although, oh no, it hasn't, it's a different page. All right, but you can literally embed it so that calendar, this one here, is embedded directly into a page of a website. So that would be the embed code, or you can just give them the link. Now, I strongly recommend just giving them the permanent link. This means the link will stay the same all the time. Alternatively, if you're only giving people the opportunity to book that once, you would use the one-time link, meaning like maybe if you've given them a free, this would only be really used for like a free appointment, for instance, where you don't want them to keep abusing that free link and keep booking free calls with you, just give it to them once. But essentially you're using the scheduling link and the permanent link here if you wanted to send people to zoink that calendar. Now, if you had created groups, you saw with my calendar, if I go back to the actual booking page, let me go back to my sort of overarching collection of appointment types. This is called a group of calendars or a group of appointments because I've put a 50-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute, 30-minute, blah, 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 right? You've got them all these options together. If you want to create a collection of appointments like this, you need to then create what's called a group. So over here, still in your calendar settings, you press create a new group, and this would be called, for instance, Sarah Cordner's, this is just for you, the clients don't see this, public calendar. So I only have public calendars. Book a call with Sarah Cordner. That's what we need to do. And then we're just going to call this group URL, Sarah Cordner's calendars. Create. And then we're just going to choose which appointment types belong in this group. So I've got that one now that I want to make public. I'm going to click on the three dots, choose the calendars I want to be in here. And let's choose that one I've got there, which was the 60-minute paid appointment. Awesome. Now I might want to have the 30-minute appointment and the 15-minute appointment. Cool. So choose all of the calendars that I've made and press confirm. And that will now create what's called a group of calendars. Okay. So if I just give this a quick refresh, because the group will show up there and you can now share the whole group so that it looks like this when you embed it on a page or send people the link to book a call with you. So let's just give this a second. It's taking a while because I'm recording. And if I scroll down, there we go. We've now got inside our groups, we've now got Sarah Cordner's public calendar. So when I click on this and press share group, now I've got the embed code, which I can embed into my website, which will look exactly like that. Or I can just grab the link and grab the permanent link, and that's the link I would share wherever I wanted it to be shared, such as on my link tree, my bios, my email signatures, wherever you're sending it, right? For people to go, here, come and book a call with me, blah, blah, and that URL, it will look like that. We'll take them to that collection of calendars as a group. There you go. So if you need any help, don't forget on the bottom right-hand side, you have the option to talk with our team 24 hours a day on our 24-hour live chat. You simply click on messages here, put in your name and email, and that will open a support ticket and a live chat with one of our tech experts. And alternatively, remember, you can go back into your dashboard over here and you can hire a tech expert by pressing this button. For just $50, they can help you get these set up for 60 minutes. This is the quickest, easiest way to get this done and make sure you've done everything correctly. So there you have it. You can do this. You've got this. That is how you set up a calendar and all of the reminder sequences inside your Tekmatix account so that people can pay to book you. Let's get it done. Happy tech-in.